Hey everyone, Stephanie Marin here with WOD Recovery Yoga out of CrossFit Marin, teaming up with Girls Gone WOD to bring you yoga to help you with all your mobility issues. So this is episode 2. First episode we talked about hip flexors and full extension in the hips, and today we're going to talk about the dreaded shoulder. I have Hannah here, one of the coaches here at the Cave, which is part of CrossFit Marin. And she has no idea what we're going to do today. She knows shoulders, but doesn't know what we're going to do. And so the idea with this recovery and mobility session for shoulders is that it's going to touch on all ranges of motion. So the lats, it'll get the front of the shoulders. It's going to touch it all. And so again, just like the first episode, I want you to think of this as a recovery post-WOD. So we don't want to stretch out too much beforehand. We active warm-ups just like you do PVC pass-throughs and all that stuff. But this is when you're done and when you're relaxed, you do some stretches. So we have a mat today because she's gonna her face is gonna be close to the ground, and I didn't want it's CrossFit floor, so you get it. So you could use a towel or anything, and then the only other thing you'll need is a band, a green or blue. Just a thicker band. You may not need it, but just in case. So we're going to start in child's pose today. So I'm going to have Hannah come into child's pose. And so she is going to bring her butt down to her heels, walk her hands forward, knees separate so that they're a little bit wider than the torso. Okay. We're just going to start here. Okay. And I want it to be relaxed. So relax the shoulders, let the palms just fall, forearms fall. So when you're doing your workout, this is a really great pose to do if you need to recover. You can breathe here, everything's relaxed. So if there's a moment when, we've all been there when you fall on the floor and want to pass out, you can come here and breathe. So we're going to focus on the lats. So on Hannah's next exhale, she's going to walk her hands over to the right side, placing her left palm on top of her right hand. She's going to press down into the left palm, and then she's going to dome the left side and send that outer left hip back. So it's like a really big side stretch on the left side. Okay? Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is really great for any time you do butterfly pull-ups or pull-ups of any kind, muscle-ups. We get that pulling and pressing action with the lats, and we want to make sure they stay nice and open so you can get full extension for your Kip swing. Okay? And then on her exhale, she's going to walk over to the other side and switch. So you'll be able to see it on this side as she puts her right palm on top of the left palm. She's going to press her right ribs out, use the leverage of the right palm on the left hand, and then draw that outer right hip back. There you go. And you could probably even, if you did this, a few times and got the hang of it, you can bring it down, the stretch down towards the right obliques. Yeah. Yeah, do you feel that? Yeah. Good. All right, inhale, walk our hands back to center. And then we're going to come into extended puppy, okay? So from here, we're going to come to a tabletop position. So shoulders are going to stack over the wrists and then hips over the knees. So she's going to keep her hips as they are. You're going to walk her hands forward. Walk forward, walk the hands forward, keep the hips as they are, good. And then press down through the palms, and then the chest is going to go down towards the ground. Good. So think ribs in, chest down. There you go, good. And so what this is doing is getting that open shoulder, that position. So we're maybe feeling it at the back a little bit, we're also kind of feeling it in the chest. And you can make this pretty active. Press down through the palms. You can lift up the forearms. Good. And then breathe. It's all about the breath. And then on her inhale, she's going to walk her hands back to tabletop. Good. And then I'm going to have her come onto her knees and turn around and face everybody. So we're going to have our knees under her hips. Right leg is going to go out to the right. This is gate pose. So, and then right toes forward, flex the foot. There you go. And then let the inner edge of there you go, foot fall down. Left arm will come up. And then all the way up. Yeah, good. Lift and extend through the left side, inhale. And then exhale, reach over to your right toes. Good. And then right hand can go along the leg. She is really flexible here. She's one of our gymnastics coaches, and she was a former skater, so she's pretty flexible here. You may not, I don't get this far, but are you feeling it here? Yeah. Good. Okay. That is really flexing. Good. And then inhale, rise up, come back to center. And we're going to go ahead and switch now. Let's see if both sides are equally as flexible. Good. Good. So you want to think extension. Good. There you go. And then length. And then keep breathing. It's all, like I said, all about the breath. The breath will help tell the mind to kind of calm down when the stretch is really intense, so that you can stay there. And then inhale. All right. And then she's going to go ahead and stand up now. And we're going to do what's called a clasp hand forward fold. This is going to get the front of the shoulders. So we're going to separate our feet about hips distance, maybe even a little wider if you have really tight hamstrings. Clasp the hands by the low back. Now here's where the strap comes in handy. Maybe turn to the side. Okay. So depending on how flexible she is, we might give her a strap to start. So grab onto the strap here. And when you grab onto the strap, I want you to keep the hands facing each other so that you can pull the shoulder blades in and widen the front of the chest. We're going to have a soft bend in the knee. And on the exhale, we're going to fold forward. And then fold forward as far as you can. You can even bend the knees a lot to lay the torso kind of on the thigh, because we're focusing on the shoulders here. Good. So relax the neck. Good. And then we're just going to let the hands kind of fall as far as they want to. So like I said, if your hamstrings are super tight, you can bend the knees a lot. We're not looking for a big hamstring stretch. We're looking to stretch the front of the shoulder here. So think the PVC pass-throughs, shoulder roll-throughs, that's the area that we're targeting here. And then inhale, drive down to the heels to come all the way up. Good. And then move the strap off to the side and come back onto your knees for me. Now this one, this is crisscross. This is the one I get the most questions on in terms of how do you do it. This is going to feel like you're stretching the front of the shoulder, not where we were, but more of the top and the front. And then you're going to actually feel it in the back a little bit. And so also good for that like front rack position. But we want to do it right so that we can get that feeling. So we're going to come all the way onto your belly into first what's called Sphinx pose. So bring your forearms on the ground. Bend the elbows, forearms on the ground, and then lift the chest up. Elbows, shoulders distance. So again, she has no idea what we're doing today, right? So elbows underneath the shoulders. So, and then there we go. Okay, Sphinx. All right. And now, she's new to yoga too. So a lot of you out there, like, are you new to yoga? It's totally cool. You'll still get a lot of good stretching. All right. So we're gonna bring our right arm underneath the left arm. Right arm underneath the left, so you're going to thread it through. There you go. And then you're going to walk that left arm over to the right. So you're going to come into like this crisscross position here. So you want to bring the chest so that if you were to look at the shoulders, or if you were to look at the chest, they're not behind the shoulders, and it's not way forward. You're kind of stacked right on top. There you go. Then can you feel like kind of up here? And then, what's going on? Is there one side that's getting it more than the other? The right side. And the reason that the right side is because it's underneath the left. There's got more, it's a bigger stretch on that right side when that arm is under. Good. And then you can relax the neck and drop the head down. Good. It's super intense. Really good anytime you do any sort of handstand work. Handstand push-ups, push press. This is a really great stretch to do after. There, and then slowly come back to that Sphinx pose. Ooh. And then let's switch. So bring the left arm underneath, and then the right. And then some, like I said, this takes a little bit of kind of finding that spot, maneuvering around. Good. And then relax the neck. And always breathe. Like, Don't stop breathing. And then slowly come out. All right, how do your shoulders feel so far? Pretty good? Pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to come into arch your arms. This is probably the hardest of all of the shoulder stretches we've done, but gives you the best idea of what your shoulder mobility is. So if you're ever looking to kind of test your mobility, arch your arms is a really good gauge. So I'm going to have you come to your knees facing the wall behind you. You're going to sit down on your heels. Okay. And you may need the strap here for this. You may not. We'll see what happens with hand and shoulders. So you're going to bring your right arm up. You're going to bend the elbow and grab the elbow with your left hand. Now you are going to roll your right tricep forward and then pull your tricep towards the center line of the head. Good. Do you feel a pretty good stretch there? So you can stay here if your tricep is super tight, or if you're like, if you just want to stretch in the lats, you can kind of lean over to the left side. But what we're looking for today is we're going to keep that upright. Good. So she's going to kind of seal that right palm flat, open up to her upper back. Okay? Because she's going to keep this right arm where it is. She's going to release the left arm down to the side, all the way down. Okay. She's going to roll her left shoulder forward, right? Roll it forward as though she's kind of pushing her left palm back behind her. This way. Good. And then she's going to try to reach up for her right fingertips. There you go. Good. Now, she's kind of flexible, right? And she can grab the fingertips. You can walk them kind of the hands together. There you go. Good. So with that front, that left shoulder rolling forward, good. Now, this is the part where you might need the strap, right? If you're down here, like mid-back, you'll hold onto the strap with your right hand and grab it with your left. We'll show you that on the next side. And then breathe here. And then go ahead and release. And shake out the shoulders. Now you'll notice that one side's going to be tighter than the other. I don't know if that's going to happen here for Hannah. I know that for me personally, I wear a purse on the right shoulder, and so when I put my left elbow up, I can barely get my fingertips, but the other side is super easy. So that's where my mobility imbalance is, and I know that, so I try to fix it. All right, let's see if that happens on the other side. So she's going to bring her left elbow up, grab the left elbow with her right hand. She's going to roll that left tricep forward and then draw the left tricep in towards the middle of the head. Good. She's going to seal that left palm into the upper back. And when she's ready, go ahead and reach around, rolling the front of her right shoulder forward. Good. And then reaching for, ooh, see, can we grab the fingertips here? It's a little bit harder, huh? Yeah. So as you can see here, she's got the same problem. Do you carry your purse on your right side? Yeah, so she's got the same problem I do, where this is the shoulder, this internal rotation of the shoulder is tighter and harder for her than it is on the other side. So here, if she's only grabbing, I would give her this strap so that she's got something to hold on to. Okay? So we know that this right shoulder, that's where her mobility, she needs to work on that a little bit. Good. Do you feel anything on this side?
Yeah, my tricep.
Yeah, your tricep.
But
it's mostly the like right here. Yeah. So it's good. And then go ahead and gently release. Woo. And then we're gonna shake out the shoulders. Good. Right. How do we feel?
Good.
Good.
That's great.
So shoulders. It's something that comes up a lot. Anything overhead. Anything on the bar, Kip Swings, toes to bar, where you have to press and find that good extension. So shoulders is something that you want to work on a lot, and you want to make sure that, you know, if you're a desk jockey, a lot of us spend a lot of time on the computer, that you do these stretches after a workout so that you don't live here, you can also live here, right? Because, you know, when we go to class and to a workout, that's where we want to be. We want to have full range of motion. All of these stretches are available in the WOD Recovery Yoga ebook. The link is below. And again, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear and help you with anything that you guys need. Check out the next few episodes. We're going to talk about front rack. We'll talk about the glutes and the posterior chain and the low back.